congratulate you.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
We're going to win 5 awards, and the pictures were there. Yes. So when I went back, I was looking at the pictures to see whether I saw those people coming to receive the awards.
They were here.
I think I saw 4 of them.
Yes.
And Ghanaian news agency.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the old news agency also received awards of
yes, I'm here, one of them.
Ghanaian Times, I had only 1 award. I still believe that they will back up and come up again next year. This afternoon, we had the privilege of listening to the president talking about how he holds the GJ in high esteem, he being a member himself, and also assuring you that during his time, he will do everything possible to protect you.
Joe.
You know you have issues about harassment of journalists in Ghana, and also press freedom has gone low. He talked about it, and I believe strongly that you had the assurance also that you will be protected.
Joe.
Galamsey, for example, is an issue that is so dear to everybody's heart. We have to be very careful because it's destroying this country.
Joe.
It's becoming more of like a mafia situation where if you are not very careful, it's going to engulf all of us.
Joe.
And therefore, we have to take this issue very, very seriously. We joke about it, or we think it's not serious, but it is. And I was asking how many people would vote for a party or a government why we don't want to take a firm decision on these people.
Joe.
I've asked myself. Because it's politics, it's because of votes, nothing else. I can't see why we cannot take up this matter seriously, unless we are all complicit. Other than that, it's also a serious matter. So I was listening to the president, and I feel that more must be done to stop this.
Joe.
Maybe
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
We cannot take up this matter seriously, unless we are all complicit. Other than that, it's also a serious matter. So I was listening to the president, and I feel that more must be done to stop this.
Joe.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
To ensure that environmental management principles are legally enforced in mining operations in forest reserves. It was obviously a public outcry that led to an amendment of that LI by deleting Regulation 3.2 to effectively limit the powers of the president to allow mining forest reserves. Obviously, that led to the new LI 2501, which was entered into force on June 2nd, 2025. However, in the light of continued public outcry as a listening government, and after a complete consultation and review with experts, it was very clear that we could completely revoke that LI and to use the guidelines that was enacted in 2020. And so that's effectively what I've done today. And it clearly must send a message that this government is committed to basically ensuring that we'll continue to protect our pristine forest reserve and our environment. We are keeping our word. We are showing Ghanaians we are committed to protecting the environment, to protecting the forest, to protecting our water bodies. And every step we are taking is clearly in line with what President Mahama has been preaching. I thank you very much. Yamika is a LI 2501 now. Yeah, amendment of LI 2462. I buy said be protected environmental practice for forestry and ye samran completely. Yeah, the guidelines are never hold that and the be juma. Now we each say about way Assembly President Mahama aka say he say your boy inquire your boy use your buy near making sure say your environment you be protecting no idea buying friendly agro. Madam was
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
For you to understand, because in the same time, like in 2016, we spent 32 million or so in building the Cape Coast Stadium from scratch. So there is that for you to reference. And only last year, or was it 2 years ago, Takwa Goldfields built a full stadium in Takwa for 60 million from scratch. So that
was actually 13 million.
So there's that one too that you can reference. Obviously, the scopes are different. Those ones don't have tracks.
But this one, to complete some 20% remaining,
yes,
it cost $34 million.
Yes, please, thank you. And then you have to look at the Games Village. So I was talking about the three aspects of the major infrastructure where a lot of the money went into. The money went into some other places, like with the hockey. We had to relay the hockey turf. That came with its own issues, and then we had to do cricket over at Achimota. That came with its own issues as well. And then we had a rugby field. So there were so many other small adjoining facilities, but these are the major ones where the biggest money went to. So Boteman 145 million, University of Ghana Stadium 34 million, and then the Games Village, which was also not built from scratch. The Diaspora halls, as they call them in the University of Ghana, say Kwapon, Liman, they decided that instead of building accommodation from scratch, they would go there, and then refurbish those facilities to host around 5,000 athletes that we were expecting. And what was the scope of work that needed to be done there? The African Games required that every single accommodation facility should have air conditioning and should have water heating, because this is basic. You're hosting people from different temperature zones all around the continent coming. So these things are necessary. And you also needed to, make it look nice. So maybe fix new curtains, maybe new liver blades, I don't know. But you needed to do those things. And that one too was $16 million.
$16
million.
So about 170 million cedis.
Yes, to fix air conditioners. They fixed around 1,600 air conditioners. And then they fixed water heaters in all the rooms, all the showers. And then they got new mattresses, obviously.
How many air conditioners?
1,600.
So we're talking about 1,600 rooms, give or take.
Give or take, exactly. And then they put up the temporary tents that they use for, they use as a canteen just beside there, so that people there.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
In terms of infrastructure. And then you have the aspect of the money that went into operations. At the time, obviously, as things stand now, we don't know how much money they actually spent on operations. But per the minister, he said they needed $47 million to do operations. This is what he said. So, I repeat, we don't know how much they actually got or actually spent, but he said they required $47 million to do operations. And the aspects of the operations budget, I just tell you some of the spending cost items in terms of operations. Hotels.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
But we needed to accommodate other delegates at various hotels in the country. So we engaged over 40 hotels for that, part of that. Then there's transportation, because we needed to rent buses and rent saloon cars for delegates and what have you. Then there were equipment for athletes that also would go into the operational cost. Then there was the games management system, aka accreditation, which many people had issues with. We spent around $4 million on that. And then there's food, which was another one of the issues that became very profound after the games. $15 million to feed what they are, or they've told us, were 12,000 people.
So were they feeding those in the hotels as well?
That's a good question.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
So I started reading if there is a policy. I wanted to find where the policy is first. Because then I knew that if there is a policy, then I can interrogate and see whether it's failed. But then I realized there is no policy. But you see, this is the cost you pay when you artificially manipulate your currency. You see, economics, the way it works, you can't fake yourself around it. It will bite you at the bottom. And that's where we are.
Explain what you're...
He made the point. He explained it already so that I can preserve my time well. That when people wake up one day, people who have gone to buy agric inputs at a certain cost, and they've put it in the ground, and they are waiting. They are only tendering the thing and waiting for it to get to harvest. Then just a few weeks to harvest, the currency, based on which they bought the inputs, drops by 30-something%. Then those who don't plant, they just go and buy that currency for free at that cheaper cost, and go and bring additional rice. What's going to happen to the farm? And we kept saying it, and we've been saying it, that we understand that the dollar thing is fanciful, it's beautiful, politically it's nice. But if you continue to treat it this way, several other real sectors of your economy will suffer.
This is not happening the first time.
No, I'm just
For as
saying.
long as I have been host of this show, over a decade, it's an annual ritual.
Yeah, that's why we are here. That's why we voted all those people out of
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
May not be the issue.
So that's why when you came, you told us that you won't do that. You give us a sustainable currency. If you're not giving it, we'll tell you. Because you are doing what the previous people did. Why are you here? You're wasting our time. Let me come back to my issue. So you see, exporters are suffering because of this same currency manipulation. Their buyers are stopping the purchase of Ghanaian export products. $1 to buy from us. They wake up one night, they need $3 to buy the same thing. I'm just saying. But the thing can move from 14.5 to 10 within 6 weeks. You know. Yeah. So now they turn around and they go to Rwanda, they go to other places to go and buy. That is one end of it. And when the export is suffering, you know the implications. People are losing jobs. You are even going to mount more pressure on your currency and look for more money to manage it because you're not getting any coming in. This farmer situation is just one of the sectors who are silently dying as a result of the currency manipulation. There's no doubt about that. You can't work your way around it. And I keep asking myself, who are the real beneficiaries of this fanciful policy of pumping money to artificially keep our currency at a certain point? The business people, the rich people. Because something, go and take every single product from January till now and tell me how many of them have seen price reduction. For which reason we say that, oh, you brought our currency from 14 to 10. As a result of that, the pen that I used to buy for 1 cedi is now 70 pesos. Hooray.
Prices have dropped.
Oh, please. I just I'm saying, give me the how many. I was careful. You and I, you know you trained me. So I was careful with the choice. I said, how many? If you go to the housing sector, the construction sector, you can pick only 2 items. All the rest are going up. You know why? Because you, Mr. President, you know that when you go and buy dollar at 11.5, which is actually what the banks are selling it on, not 10, 11.5, and you go and import from China, you would never use 11.5 to do your pricing. You use 13. You know why? Because you are not sure whether by the time you are done selling the items you brought to Ghana, the dollar will still be at 11.5 or will be at 13. Because we're here in this country. When dollar moved from 14.5 on January 7th, dramatically, to 10.4 within 3 months. Then within 5 weeks, it moved from 10.4 to another 13. So no businessman in Ghana is actually using the exchange rates that the Bank of Ghana is putting to trade. In fact, Council, you know what is happening?
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
They go and buy it cheap when it comes plenty like we are doing now. Then they go and import and they keep it at a certain rate. That for me is something that we cannot pretend to gloss over. We can continue, but every month, every quarter, another sector like we are seeing with the rice will come up. Now, how do we deal with this? My view is simple. My view is that when I look at the figures, as for the data from the government institutions, me, I'm with Senor on it. It's all lies. Governments have no data. We don't have data. I'm telling you, we don't have accurate. And when I say no data, I mean accurate data.
Yeah.
We cannot even tell you in accuracy how many houses we even have in the country in the first place. In accuracy, I've been a DC before. I know what I'm talking about.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
highlifeng.com right, check your time. It's exactly 12 p.m. here on Hot Digital Online Radio. Welcome to the news review. Thank you very much for choosing Hot Digital Radio. I trust you are doing well. We are fine over here by the grace of God. All is well. This morning or this afternoon, as it is time to look at what is trending over the various news portals. And for that matter, the critical issues that have gone on in our motherland, Ghana. We're going to look at most trending ones, the ones that became very profane and profound and very, critical. Those that were talked about almost everywhere in the nation. And so we can also review and share our opinions and our perspectives as people in the diaspora. So this morning, thank you very much once again that you are ready and here with me to have this program come on successfully. I trust that at the right time, I would let the phone lines be activated so you also come in and then we do it successfully. I go by the name Richard Diabo Amradu. You can call me Roya. So quickly, mame kinde anape medawasi echi also the nyawudonti we free the Hot Digital Online Radio anape I crowd there. Debia kwesiada mensa yeyanon yede nsama akodo ewo yaman Ghana mu nia Argentina ya kasa ewo online mu no eno ena kwesiada bia every sabre kono yeshim na yina yedi ho cheze yina yekan ya famodin atra ya adwen as nyenso a ye Ghana fo a tafrache ye obi manso sene be ya at least say online no yenka ho nimbo ebetire say nyenso ne ekoso wo man no bia no yeso ye wo interest woman say ye niji ho na anepe eno na yaji edwa anase yatena sia ye ba behwe enti me no ba beko portals aruru no mu na yakohwe ensamo a the pan akoso nyina no na afi yabo so na ewia ye de nia yepese yehwe no me de betudwa na maybe phone lines na wonso wabemu na eja wonso wode aba na senia wonso ye nipa no na yeso ye de abo woni yechese na yaboa ema man Ghana akọ nenim media di Richard Nanyambari Ambrado betima from Royal and pay me ena me de dwumedi bro na me koso no na chese wo hwe won brain na sisia no premo ato meet enum abetoso entino ye mfa nya kwadwe kra ye beko enim me ne portals no so straight na ya hwe the pain nsemben na ekoso ewo yeman Ghana mu na eja I think say Bribreni there what TTB from the various interviews and all that let's take them at least one by one with the most trendy ones na yenko yenim the pen yenim say SML nsensem no guso a ekoso ewo Ghana na utum say OSP ni abre ni abre still na nya say SML nsem no ebeda and there na say beda ochina utum say ya asembia is very critical and it has to do with saving Ghana some kind of money from scandal of corruption there between say be akoso the pain OSP ewo ninsansamani ni conference at to Juliana Dadia no we got to know say SML GRA deal OSP saves Ghana over 1 billion and he reiterates need for crime prevention ewo ni conference ninsansamano Ehu say utimi abombodi is a vegan of about 1 billion cedis. Na Ghana for yina mu say ya beye na yetumi ama krono a efunkam eye aban adwuma ne say bia ene obi ato aban adwuma no bi se onhwe na oma dwumedi bi nkoso na katiahye ne proyo kankan bi be kokoso ne nyoma no o se o hwa se sa nyoma no eso betumi atwa ewo Ghana. Enti no was on the Informer, which brought say OSP saves Ghana 1 billion cedis. Now the pay so some kasi bi betu with regards to the issue of galamsey. In say galamsey in some there aye bebre na we na say you see 9 months for bi eko sutifi wonom side say galamsey nsensem bia eko so na say galamsey adwumedi eko so no mo kosenka omokona omakotumi akostope adwumedi bia efa galamsey hu ana eko so na we na ayem say MP bia ono ye esutifi North MP say kopie wonoma at the end of the day no okoye obstruction to allegedly okoye obstruction to the operations of the NIMOS the pain just say ebeye asem kasepa bebre ewo Ghana just say na bebre na kase wo hwe se ne government airborne homodin senka obetumi etu galamsey aseni ne hunka wona a whole sitting MP a inka wo se ono ne party na wo so say no wo se nko tumi boa party no na ne amampanyi no ai na adwen se obeye na de aboa ma galamsey no ase etu no nka obe support no. It rather tends to be opposite according to reports na ekokoso no. It rather tend to be opposite na eno na from him say another one MP no say senior man and as senior minister be and offering so 9 months you medina na ekoso no nka onkona oni 9 months penny bi enkasa but it turns out say omo no ma report no omo no ma asamni see ni hunkeka woni other senior journalists bi so am say omudi asam no akotimpa no kire say no it's not sacra a total opposite. I just say because as if say the MP went there to actually stop the NIMOS operation that time in the crowd no suspect bi a ya che omo crowd no crowd ni anka wo say ya ma che omo ko police station no you release omo ebeye nsem bebre na no it talks a lot. There has been various and several discussions on it and all that throughout the whole week. And also also the pain na a friend is saying police probe NDC MP for assault on Galamsey task force. But I think later no the MP say you're finding no I think 150,000 Ghana cedis or so. Yes. Ebeye insane bebre. But na ye bisa say in such case is it becoming a national betrayal or what? Is it becoming a national betrayal? Say ye fighting adia ya say ekum nipa hani oman no and no one say some bebre say ye fighting the science especially a party which is a ruling party and its members would intervene in such way Is it a betrayal? Is it a betrayal and also obstruction to the process? And now we'll get there. When we get there, you'll also bring your perspective on that. And Mamin Koso, because I would want to maximize the time sene be ya ebetumi edi dwuma ne bebre because I would want to open the phone lines at a very ample time sene be ya unso obetumi abem. All right, enti mami come ni me na yentua so we say 1 2 1 2 we say I say anyone interferes with NANMO's operation will be met squarely. Anti we no na one in bia COP Osman Abdul Razak odu to just say or my last warning na obia obe interfere with NANMO's operation no you be facing no squarely pa ebia win him NANMO's na NANMO's ni division bia me ye create eboa se na be ya yebetumi akon okona ye kon against galamsey no nti omo ye nkrofo bia chese they are there to support the fight against galamsey se na be ya yebetumi ama egudia yetu ofem hu nyoma no at least be ya kra na ense oman no environment no ni ehu enkeka ehu sa so it's actually National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat a government body a boase yebetumi etu galamsey ase and it's such a entity such a way the enfan say within the government say be say fight galamsey and as fight kanka ha oman no na nipa binum so be fight sa no na say be sorry tia sa na say be si oman no kwan no be si oman dwumedi kwan no na say very critical until the pain ayekasa Ghana pa it has become one of the trending discussions in the whole of Ghana. Mami komenim na yentua so termination of SML GRA contract, OSP avert dubious $173 million, $2.6 billion payment. I'm saying no. Medi yakan wasam. Yeah. Na the pay also you say, I think from last week bano the public account your friends and account committee your friend PAC has been sitting to probe certain ministers and others who are championing the affairs of the public in our government. Now we say mame ba ko dwumedi odimu akotenepa Nidinde Abena Osei Asere. Anasasari, our chairperson of Way Sa Park no. Say the pain there we scrutinizing Krofopa. We share senior ni questions and all that going into say just probing or young kasa. Now we the pain MP ba kususu also there be senior mame no we share nonsense no we share maybe previously our government ababetwemu kono nka senior or senior or display ewo ni dwumedi o disisia no senka otumi nya sa voice no ewo previous government no nyema bi ekokoso a MP no ofin senka corruption no nanka sa voice ya onya se no scrutinizing crofo say no na sa time no kra no oka finance team no our deputy finance minister se bibisa no went to me nya sa voice no and previous government na besinko but I say no when you to me be when you power be in the voice be ayekase ya to me scrutinizes sa impenifo ya to manu ya MP no and dinde honorable Kwame Asare say do na friend no A+ or your MP4 Gomwa Central Otra no senior nyama kwande mami de enya de wo say oka committee no and even let alone as the chairperson inti or the petition command speaker senke beya onyi maame no mfiri yɛfrɛ ne sɛn team no mu anaasɛ onyi no asɛ chairwoman no anaasɛ chairperson a ɔrehwɛ ma dwumadi no ɛkɔ so no onyi mu because ɔno susu sɛ maame no ɔnsɛ mfata wohwɛ previous government sɛ ɔka ho as finance team even especially so she was a finance deputy finance minister na abere so nneɛma bebree akɔ so a ɔno honorable Kwame no ofin sɛ ɛyɛ katahyehyɛ anaasɛ prɔyɛ bi a maame no ntumi nya saa wɔden no akokodu ne saa power ne saa yɛfɛ ne sɛn nzena a wɔntumi amfa nyɛ biribi a wɔ saa deɛ no osusu sɛ maame no wɔnsɛ mfata sɛ ɔbɛtena ɛyɛ public account committee no so as chairperson nti honorable Kwame Asare so a petition speaker. But then, and I think that later on one of the sister stations in Accra, say Openibisu Edi Betuja bi say no, Mr. A+, and I say Mr. Kwame, Honorable Kwame Asare no, say or say Okono Kusua Ghana, Yembran Seminu ye san say speaker in such regard no. Only sa power no a obetumi edi you obi every one keke. I think the MP one of the political voices ewo Ghana no or kind ewo way so nti abaye back and forth but we'll look at it memo update on that Akosi saying as the speaker indeed remove the chairperson from there and I say Akosi saying Nempo when Eba out, so I mean, honorable A+, you may have to, get to know how parliamentary staff are done and all that, speaker only to me so to me you my mini free one mono. Ekosi saying we will look at that and then we find out whether the woman is still there or not. Moving on, say. President Mahama is still on the verge of ensuring resetting and never setting year parentino. Utum say depends about two just say no. Or say we share all African games are I think later part of 2024. I think it was middle or so. Every year one of the biggest game in our West African domain. Just say President Susu said there be I will say yɛhwɛ na yɛyɛ some forensic audit bi ɛwom to see say ɛkɔsi sɛn but you see one of me yasemo I think well it's a question I will ask you do you think that it's always necessary that we would have to instead of moving forward would have to spend time retrogressing to trying to probe into things which the records are already there and all that. Why don't we spend our time on trying to look at the things ahead of us? And all that. But I think it's also very important that accountability is what is known. Accountability is well addressed and well served to the people of Ghana. And it makes sense. But I think that going, I think that we would have to spend time on things that at the end of the day, a bit na yenya how things that would help us to move forward than always retrogressing. But it is what it is. It is there. It is there. And it's good. It's a good precept because at the end of the day, when this current government also leaves, then whoever comes later, also spending the same energy. At this point, the point I'm trying to make is say, then at this point, why don't we do things in such a way, say, bibia ebeye, to say no maybe say asika be coming in right after the end of whatever it is, yen publish the result of spendings and all that. Na yen hu yen ye within that same period, you know, in the say all African games in Yabon and there, at least a week, a month. Latest by end of a month, you know. Can't we, when are we developing to a temper and as a positioner, we can have, you know, your friend is saying, Akadia, any in your man, I mean, we can have robust, your friend is saying, elements that can help us to publish, find out, audit, publish, and then, you know, we know, even before whatever change of whatever comes, we know. So that when, at the end of the day now, Abanfo ba and I say, you know, new regime biaba na nka say yes share plans we are now spending energy on going back again to bring the dead staff up to, you know, is it not a waste of our energy? So it worries. Say we are still a developing country. We don't have systems that can make some of these things open to us. Some of these things open to us. And that is the problem. You know, I don't know if you really understand my point. And I say, what you must see here? My point is say, always trying to go back. Fighting corruption, you know. I think that we don't have to allow, you know, things to pass for years before we will resurrect them and then try to, you know, do post-mortem on them. How do we ensure, say, we put things in place? How do we ensure, say, Ghana, we can get to a point that we can, fighting corruption, you know, whatever that happens, you know, we have the capacity to actually do whatever that's supposed to be done. So that pepper your accountability, you know, yehu ansana. You see, in Timpe no, I don't understand. Sir, public accountability audit and all those kind of VI no. And there you say chairperson cry no on some fatasa or sort and see you to no crown. Some of these issues and all that, you know, I am some church most of the issues I am maybe church. Inti is it like all the time, you know, Adiana Kosono and I say Jumediana Kosono. I was say yet no one ya audit no crana. Ye need capacity na. Just say give it to me. Eddie in your manner to do you was say ya on ye beye ansana. Inti must we always wait years later ansana ya sanso atenasa a pembre in brank able to me Eddie ye be different every day on mine be call ni nimeno na afiance yes spending energy near to call no near. Why don't we have that capacity? Ghana 68 years now in 21st century. Why? Is it say human resources every to my son ni say ni phone it is penifo to me ya na say technology ni na say what is it at all? And I'm you know. So my point is that I think that we should look at the angle of having robust elements a bit me aboa na dwumedi abekoso Ghana biano. Accountability will be now, not later. That's the point I'm trying to make. So that we don't spend our energy, you know, to raise, dead incidents and then try to probe them again. To spend our time on that. That's what I'm trying to. That's the point I am trying to make. Say Ghana, the bender, able to me, edu sabreno. The bender. Because we need to get there. If we are really, really, really serious and, you know, we want to fight corruption. We want to really tackle corruption now. We don't have to let the thing die before. And this say chen na sikano anasa ade na esi awie no na afiance be hwe debi. Intinke bia for example, sa World Cup here ye ba be call 2026. Yame ya doma Ghana e ba be koi. Budget ni sika ya ye ina na ya da ba ina no. It should be we should have robust elements and can be betumi we here. Utum say ye ni bibia ska we call ye ni bibia we na ye sound so say ye what systems betumi e follow check san nyoma ni na. So even by the time ade no kra be wie no na we know the accountability already. Nya fiance ye betina one man na bia later 3 years later na ya fro ko to child say child umbra na yenkoye audit ewo. I mean, I feel that it becomes we will drain our own energy and be to me before Frekuma on mine. I won't dwell on this much, but this is what it is. We don't have the human resources. We don't have the technology to do that. I dream cross and the friend is saying Ghana is a developing country area. In Zambia, we'll get there. Well, we leave it to time. So that's it. Mama orders forensic audit into 13 All African Games pending. And he no was say yenshim na yehu nia ekoso. Let me move on, and then I want to ensure that I would maximize the time. I will maximize the time. I will maximize the usage of the time where well na yetumi ayewe. Na the pensu ade ba ko so be trendy pa ye papa bia na utimu say oh onene yere ne mba aka bom ahyomu dwa chese na and it was one of the trending issues in Ghana, and the Daily Graphic ran the front page. Now the main issue was say it was suspected that some infidelity be akoso on the side of the wife. And man no so kum ne yire ne mba no just say no so nam say oba no twa no ho kakra, man no so say oba no twa no ho kakra na sabi dem kra na yentumi yem fancha santi nimpa ye oboni wode wompe na jai no e ufin say wa ye infidel na wompe na jai man nko ti ani tina wo say wutwa ija eto no so na wan show no nkwa ho ene ne mba nti sa just adenen ni patrimu utwi wa wanti ase. So it was one of the trending issues in Ghana over the weekend. And as over the week, light wave pushes back as public support grows in LHIMS controversy. The PMs the last 2 weeks, light wave once and same seems to be na eno na say and so able to just say light waves in same no almost on by anu yi ni nyama ebaye. We'll have more to it as we move on. Me yenkwe yenime na yenhwe nia edididi so the pensu yet say inflation so a drop wotum say ekoye e wo Ghana papa aha ekoye Ghana's annual inflation rate fell sharply to 8.0 percent in October 2025, down from 9.4% in September, marking the lowest rate in more than a year and the 10th consecutive monthly decline, according to the latest data from the Ghana Statistical Service. In the Ghana Statistical Service, for almost some of the Ghana omano pejaba ekoyeba sanse wo hwe inflation na manoma bo din ni manoma sisi no inflation na drop from 9.4% around last September no sisi no as of the end of October no about 8.0 and tineze nkakra yenya bra ye befre Ghana na yebisa say senior inflation akofom ya chese utumu say some papa ma on Ghana because inflation dey akofuma boama nyama bo so eden stabilize anti nka yebisa say sisi anu dokon no yeto no sen milk no so yesen wache ukoto one plate at sen gobe no so at sen nka behwe na yebisa. So as we move on, we will do that communication as well, and then we find out whether the effect of the inflation positive on the citizens, and I say inflation drop and so bottom ayeshi we will find out that as we move on. And the yanko yenim na yemfa nya church so no entua so na afi you know yanhwe nya ebeko now when him say the penya eye esutufi lam say ni line most won sansama be no the same week here so say there was another task force be on some cause operation I did do day galamsey if we two or muswa just say na agrokra say later krana some journalists were injured and all that. And the fight against galamsey no they can cry say oh can cry they say I mean it's as if say but hope is coming anyway. Hope is coming. Why do I say hope is coming? I say hope is coming because till we stop talking about it, till the stakeholders now or say omobuano omunja there, I'm sure say definitely hope will come. Ebia assessing there it may be difficult, but moving forward, I know and I'm aware say hope is coming. We shared recently say during the just about a day ago award Ghana Journalist Award here the President of the Republic eko PRC otum for mu ina no mo ho no the president I mean ocean his speech ni ma otum say Ghana is ready to really do what fight this menace. Now there was some statement from there. We will look at that. I think there were some beautiful words that came out of the president. Nti yebehwe na yedi sanyoma no nkomo kakra because it related to galamsey yebehwe na yaka because the president made it aware say he will try. I mean, he was actually admonishing some journalists who think they are helping to they are helping the fight of galamsey. They are helping the fight of galamsey. Almost strengthening our moral reserve with regards to galamsey. But we'll look at that. And we will listen to what the president said. And then we answer then say what the president says and all that, is that really the reality in Ghana? So long as the issue of galamsey is concerned. Galamsey ni there. We will get there. We get there. So tum for so can be tum say na nyansa sam papa. We will look at that when we get to the point of galamsey. But let's go on and then see the trendings, and then we will come on that. We say probe attack on anti-galamsey task force coalition. Not just say and also anti-galamsey for a force here. Omo say galamsey because no. See omo to omo na ya attack omo. Omo to omo na ya attack omo. Would that mean say we have to find different strategies? Because looks as if says it's here no more. Ye to omo so san cross omo nja de no cross. Omo cross omo a weapon. Another weaponized. Omo a weaponized. To the extent say these task forces near Kwamoswa, they are also, attacking back. Inti eno nama okono ahedim papa in Ghana. Let's move on, and then let's see what more we can add. We see OSP was powerless to stop Ofurata from leaving Ghana. Ajibeng. Opening visual friend Ajibeng. Okay. Oh, Ejabeng, yeah. And then say OSP na Carteno or the other two just say at the time a former finance minister Honorable Ken Ofori Atta Abra O Free Ghana no na OSP ni to me bia obetumi ebia na nka ode si na no kwan se emanu ntu sa okwan no nti and also character them in sana our maintenance culture depends so one of the papers in the crowd about to say we share Airwork Stadium senior stadium na ye ubi someone sent Ghana your bomb there pesika need you see idea no but a back contain maintenance na ye rain inti menu kase woko Airwork Stadium ubi someone say inti on mine pa ni ena stadium ti say would you know just say one task say stadium nanka air course kama at least it was serving a lot of beautiful services to the citizens but wokwa sisia no stadium yatete apansan. So the question is as a nation they be better no ma de na say ansa na yakwa pesika biu anansa san yakwa jibusian biu na de abaye ni ye we be someone say yesuban ana say willingness bi ni ana say what would you know won't ase say a nation God has blessed us with everything omanya nyame ehyiran odi bibia man yewo bibia che say yewo mpanifo so munim din nti would you know won't ase nti ye nin kofo a hwe me say enna no ya kohwe Emirates Stadium say na ati cries Emirates Stadium wo hwa obi ka say stadium we problem one wo ginecha wo nji ndida. But yesterday I got to know from somewhere say from next season also going the Arsenal team will be playing their football matches at Wembley because they are going to redevelop the Emirates Stadium. And then stadium saying nothing will come into your mind say there's a problem with the stadium. There's nothing you will not mind, you will not mind, but they are taking steps to again yana nko bi kroma nka ye otramo or bi kroma nka che say I mean a stadium in heaven wo gine che hu say problem bia on hu because I mean obi ka you say there's a problem with Arsenal even say Emirates Stadium wo njindi because say ade na refresh first in yet na wo njindi but they are thinking ahead and they are taking steps already to what to redevelop to maintain it to but Ghana ne be hwa ma de na tete ndade na wa just say nyam ateta ye pansan ansana nti it become very worrisome say as a man I don't know how to even say it you na say na just say ye already let me leave it and move on let me leave it. I'm not meant to sound emotional, let me move on because the maintenance culture there is a big issue. It's a big issue. A existential problem for the nation of Ghana, especially when it comes to our roads. Roads. Someone say, don't you have a minister? If we don't have a minister, don't you have MCE? If you don't have MCE, don't you have a Ministry of Roads and who are in charge of the road? For tax. Into tax in the damn crown the other year. Say potholes baby for years. If I decide to take you there, one try to be a whole different story at the end of the day. Until maintenance culture no. Would be someone saying to my wine crown no mana ye wine crown a woman me a copper I think there a young kasa yadrin ni yesuban inti we need somebody who will be strict. Say this thing must be done, this thing must go on, this thing. Ni na so ye enhyehyɛ ene nkɔfo a tafrache omo wadwen pa ma oman no. Of course, the president cannot do it alone. Of course, minister no ntumi ye alone. It is sometimes nka wo say yankasa as oman no. That's why I was say to me get to a point sad decentralization na ye ka no. I feel then to me a train had dream basso na ye boa na oman no ye ba no decentralized way na ebe boa o because eba na sana district bia ono na o take charge of ono ni bia on twen aban bi on twen minister bi on twen way bi o ono na obeye ne maintenance obebe obekrom ha say ya hakini ono a won district or one mayor or one bibi or one penny when did you make sure be what they sometimes go back kwa street in road no cry ye be ya who be some road you can say yes you but there's a they are maintaining it porto no mpo road no cry na wo fin say nka baby man so nka road we dey nka high road no e fin say best road no they will even be maintaining it nti wo dwene wo want ase say yeah, we don't have that sa we don't have that way no. And I think say me share has say senior I think say senior ha no I say district bia e wo no an we ya ono manage ono an affairs ni no I think say senior man no etumi eboa man no ekoyi ni ekoyi sa they say oba akini wo mo am we Arlington or mom way, you know, just say, you know, Emma head all the time when it comes to maintenance, they're always, especially road, they're always over there. Share a bus stops here, bus stops every time, evening, people will be there maintaining it, cleaning it. And so Ghana koshe. And just say, and all these things, you know, I think the president is not about president. Minister Krame Yinefim, but ebia almost so come because president you know is he how God how we are Yankasa the way we are carrying the governance and so count and so count and so count and let me move on and go on because at the end of the day they have the power now. And you can't tell me, say, it is a responsibility of a citizen somewhere who's supposed to, you know, ensure that support to baby and I say a property be belonging to the nation. Say it is a citizen or no way trying to tax no or no say or sanso obey the answer or no or catch the minister say we all say any there be. So it will come back to the president, to the minister, to the executive, to whatever who are up there on who's supposed to make sure that things are working. It will come back to them. They are the people that this thing will come back to. In the Busia, Omaino, I will say, yeah, you have dream you. Especially a banner you know. I will say, yeah, you have dream ye. This thing is not about education. This thing is not about a friend saying it's not about education. It's not about education. I think that it's just about what? It's just about making our minds right. And no thinking and no because at a fraction you. But what I'm saying is it's about seeing things right and doing things right and doing it. I mean releasing the stress and all that from the people up there. Let's bring it down. Let's now go because for over 68 years, it looks as if governance up there no those up there to take charge, to take down and do everything no. And anytime say your development no when it comes to citizens environment any very close to citizens ankasa no. I think we have to leave it to the people. It has to come down to the grassroots. Let's leave the development. We've been taking it from up to down. Still now, let's take it from up down to up. Let's try it. So I think that we have to seriously advocate for decentralization. So way I'm saying I can't, but still I'm saying the where the politics and I say you two and this about, I say you two MPP about, I say you two CPP about, say we and yes but we are not making, we are not giving it. A core attention. So long as development is concerned, we are not giving it a very, vivid attention. Na ye want ni say ye development, and especially when it comes to the issues and things that are very closest to the people, no. And I say ya sitting no. Sign your man ebe to me abwa. Say ni ya the people and their representative who are close to them and ankasa they will do that. In your fiance, I would say, if a Jubilee House, if you wait, and Sunday, Debbie. That's the problem. Into everything has gone to the political way now. What top woman into all the time. Or see it now on man until those on top they take an action and sana. It is an echo. Ne che. Into Oya Wawa. As I'm talking to you, the Airwork Stadium is in ruins. Let me move on and let's see if we can do a couple more, and so that I would let you come in. I'll be announcing the phone line soon, so that you would come in. Now, big push initiative. Ghana will have West Africa's best roads in 2 years. President Mahama, and the President Mahama so there to just say. A big push, we're not Ghana in your best roads. So it's good that we will have best roads. We're always talking about beautiful things that we can have in the nation. But I've never heard say this year we were going to have a very best maintenance year. That one, we can't even do that because maintenance is a culture. I would say daily to daily. Into a president, saying all kind of FFS say Ghana will have the best roads, Obi-Wana president why you road or beg and come. No, they are microphone. But 1 year, 2 years, now I started at it happen some because we don't have that maintenance mindset. Meaning say bia ye tax na ye so ye ni minim say your maintenance coffers ye this can be too much and the roadway say na there a state way na there and I don't know, but let me move on. Yeah, so the president is saying that with a big push initiative, Ghana will have the best roads in 2 years. Yamon embre because ebeboa. Mpacho sa road in the ebestre Kumasi Accra road no monhwe na mondualizing na man. Ebestre President Mahama, ebestre. I think that you would President Mahama, I think if President Mahama can really, look at the Kumasi Accra road no, nanka o dualizing I think would have been one of the greatest legacies you would have left in this governance. I believe strongly, if President Mahama can try at least, so try na Accra Kumasi road in won. By the time onube fisuno say obetima try na nka wayesa no double road to dualize na. Hey, I think we would have gone into history as the biggest legacy for him. I don't know if he is thinking about that. And this time I'm not appealing say yes, I'm not appealing because ngofo appeal is ibinim kra esu radio TV so esu say yes we no over 68 years. Such a road they linking your friend is saying a two-way say na just single. Every day be a mini nipa road every day be a mini nipa every day be a mini nipa. And it's a big problem. Recently, Crawford has a road no Kumasi Accra road no. And I terminated my life early no. I think it's like President Mahama or to me dualize Kumasi Accra road in the Panka. I think it could have been the biggest legacy you would ever leave in this second term of this. That's what I strongly believe. Inti Yeja, where the never can wo legacy sin ho. Awon brasima mpacho ye never can ho. Na ya Ghana yenja wouldn't border. Yenja wouldn't border. Inti as you are trusting and you are pushing for Ghana to have best roads in just 2 years, not just Beso. Oh, they say if you are able to even do the Accra Kumasi Road in Accra and Christ, even it would have, if you could dualize Accra Kumasi Road in Accra for the people of Ghana, Krana, and that is even enough for us. Can you cry? Yeah, best for the people of Ghana. That would have even be the best for, because I mean, it's anyway. Because Ghana is developing. That's why I said now. Major roads that links regions together, no. As at now in Ghana, they are single roads. Meanwhile, when you look at Sika, you Pompeii, you maybe what do you know I want to say? And see, I will not let my talk to be much on this. All that I will, I would suggest and say, President Mahama, you can do it. It is possible. We are watching so bad. It is possible. Men, you want to say, "Bia, bound of politics now." So Ashanti Memu dear, but there are great things you are doing Ashanti Memu. So if you do this one in addition, just say, not just say why you need na. Not just say you are on point. Not just say you are why you need na. So your best right. As you are promising and going to push for Ghana to have the best roads in just 2 years in Mpacho, for Accra Kumasi then we now they dualizing from the people of Ghana. Now it to go into the records as the best thing you have ever done. So long as I'm concerned, to be in the records as the best thing you've done for Ghana. Now Ghana fubada wasi Ghana fubada wasi. Let me move on and then add this last ones to it. I will touch on sports sukakrana yako yenim. And so ended that there was media if anything 29th awards day I don't know what to me say mpenifoi kopia say President Mama honum say na meka no otumfo honum speaker Bible so sasana the president of Ghana Journalist Association so or mutum say a lot of well-deserved journalists in Ghana in awards na yebebo journalists for ina baso say omoma mka manuntum let's continue to do the work with integrity, with fairness and true to power, fearlessly, because if the last journalist in Ghana shouts ace or mouth, Ghana is doomed. And the yepesre sansuna yebeka say penifo so omudi omanu so omon bombo de no mon share freedom of speech. Omon share kane. They should try and empower freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, so that Ghana can be peaceful, because there cannot be any peaceful country without freedom of speech. And we move on. Congratulations to all the well-deserving journalists who were awarded, that night. God bless them for their marvelous and selfless work to the mother Ghana. Let's move on to maybe me touch on one or two AB sports be nature menu MV. Now me be phone lines na also abia wo bibi ka also for Debra na afi yanko MPP NDC play political football with Galamsey trade accusations. And so Galamsey ni there. Let me just move on. I'll come back. It's one of the issues that we'll tackle today. I'll come back and then we move on. All right. Inti niamidi we MPP flag bearer race the pencil we got to know say the MPP provisional register is ready. Provisional register no, but you also why ready. So and also it's in the news. And I feel so. Yami Yadoma 28 November ɛna Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins yɛn first lady a nyame ato nsa afrɛ no so ɔbɛkɔ akaka ne ancestors ho na ɛgya wei na watena asomdwe ne anigyeem afebɔ wɔ Father Abraham Nakachi. Let's move on. Ghana Premier League na mintachi bibia na yankɔ yenim na mbe phone lines no na yankɔ yenim. Say the pain results no kosi say Eduana Stars any Mediama ebo draw saa so na Vision any 11 Wonders so ekoye 2-1 Nation FC koye 1-1 koye 1-1 saa so na Asante Kotoko ne Karela Kotoko ball Karela 4-0 4-2 ɛna Brekum Chelsea ne Fensen Vision so kowie sɛ Brekum share Vision 1-0 went to me Antibi Bibiani Gold Stars any Young Apostles koye 1-0 where Bibiani Stars share Young Apostles 1-0 Indeed, that was the game over the weekend. We share standing now. Adriana Stars. Adriana Stars na Minuchi on top of the Ghana Premier League with 19 points. Midiama or 18 points. Omoda second. And Bibiani Gold Stars. Just 16 points with as the third position. Accra House of Folk was 16 points as number 4. And House of Lions at that 5th position with 15. Samsung Samatex at the 6th position and with 13 points. Karela was 7th position with 12 points. And Asante Kotoko Ekura 11 points with 8 position. Samsung Young Apostles Ekura 11 points as 9th position. In a Vision FC Ekura 11 points as 10th position. So that's what is trending. The Adriana stayed top after hard fought draw with Mediama. So that is what is trending. Now a friend is saying Otado maintained core Black Star squad for Japan and South Korea friendly. Japan and South Korea friendly so eba no so coach Otado we maintaining or say we maintaining sa players na just say or no the core players no squad no so omo na obe maintaining omo and so be use omo to face the friendly between Ghana and South Korea. I think it's good. And obeboa ma ya share the stand of the people, of the team going forward. Na eno so etumi aboa na endra na Arsenal any offend saying Sunderland so na ye won ho yensusu anda andwe ne ho but tutum say Sunderland eba pa nti they really stretched the leading the leading team of the English Premier League CCR nti Arsenal and Sunderland acquire 2 at the end of the day no to say Arsenal for brepa na Saturday games so Tottenham Hotspur any Manchester United so draw 2-2 sana Everton any Fulham so acquire 2-0 West Ham United ebo Burnley for 3-2 at the end of the day no to say almost Omobre. Sasuna Chelsea, a bomb body, a share Wolverhampton. Hey, Wolves. Chelsea, Omonia break. Omonia break power, on top of the league. Into Omonia break power. Then Ramusha Wolves for 3-0 Wolves into me answer mu Ebi. And also I think say currently standing the table still na Arsenal at that top and draw no more into no on still na 26 points under that first position. So as on Chelsea 20 points or the second. Manchester City 19 points. Manchester City 19 points. Also ordered that third position. Sasuna Sunderland, our fourth position with 19 points. Tottenham Hotspur, our 18 points at number 5 position. Liverpool, the champions, are still with 18 points at number 6. Bournemouth, 18 points, number position of 7. Sasuna Manchester United, 18 points at position of 8. Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace was 16 points, at the 9th position. Sasuna Brighton, 15 points, and so ordered 10th position. Everton is number 11. Sasuna Aston Villa, 12th position, all with 15 points. And Brasso, let me announce the phone line. See, the phone lines are activated. Perhaps you want to also come in and also share your perspective on what we have discussed so far. You are, entitled to do that. Also with the BIM. We are all trying our best to, ensure, say, Ghana, a bit me akwa in ebia me no ye ntumi ye ministers, ntumi ye MPs, ntumi ye president, ntumi ye chief, whatever, but at least a bit me akyerɛkyerɛ yan adwen na mpanifo a ɔmo da ye dwuma no ɔmo da ye nim no ɔmo di ye nim no ɔmo nso eja senior adwen de tafrɛkyɛ ni ɔba akofo adwen mu no yesu bit me akyerɛ yan adwen enyim gidi say as leaders who listen, they also take from us, and then they also do the right thing. Say never ya asiti memufo no yenso yenye nije because inti a brain crown Ghana the brain crown until when. But I think that when we are bold and when we are fearless and we are not shy, to share opinions to the powers that be, they will listen. And the phone lines are activated. You can also call and then let's do this together. Bring your perspective and then let's continue. I've got one caller on the line, and that will be my first caller, ending with a number ending with 738. Let me go there and then
hello. Afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Michobia.
Obiajodo.
Yo. Yeah, now Ugusia Ghana Dundren, I Dundren, the editor Colombian. Maintenance culture. One idea here, Papa. Na Ghana, Debia Meka, say, Yanka say, can be. And a penny phone so moda in so can be say, a penny phone ya dinner and ya, yen a bomb about so say, I didn't know your name and grand. As I teach you now, can say, we end this near attack us, we MBP. We MBP so can attack us or end this. The Saya, the idea. She say I'm going to bit me. I say, yeah, dear. Titru say yeti krom ha pa no. Say countryside kwan ofasua. Ekrabia baby abafa bia village ni bo hu say ekwan no ketekete show wo ma ye tide road etutu kura na bo hu say ebeye na ye kwaskwa pa no nye say countryside road. Baby on number 1 forest ni mu sa so obi o travel for sa countryside in Kurana si akwana shock my some record at the pa naka with the documentary actually secondly Ghana say you your friend says to say transport here ayololo ni kofo bus ni ade how many times na and they be make say 50 rounds time omba no rounds no obeto ni zan over big mu na mkra from ebo no kra na ekoko kofo ba be ye kofo bus ni ade ni na wo mtimi no nipa na wo de adwuma na hye omsa no wo mo na egu adwuma no wo bu no tutu ni ma no so no masa ton aka
wutwu an wonti ase I mean why
na ade ba ko de bi e ka no me de maka ana mta me ko Ghana ni hye penfo bia me kapa so sa
na wo free say education na tafreche
wo free say wo mo di bio enti wo mo bridi wo ma na bridi sa kanka no wo mo na bridi kanka
sa me bo
kromia sa passes here see as you go ahead around we abandon so much send here but who is a no afibiano, Bohuna, Ebiato, Fairmark, Krebi, Yantum Blue. And the Cassian in Jina Barnoso. Ya found Crophobia almost Shasha, we are near fire. I said, well, I had the obey. Now,
some of one form.
Oh, sir, and just to know, so one more I said, a coach, if we are, and if football is a coach. Also, open one for you have fire, you with you. Saturday, but you're going MPP and this, CPP. Eti Tamiano Kankan was all on so good disca. Yet one or Okoya.
Do you think it's a
partner a panel Omoye? And now, Yafa on there, yes, yeah, sure, performance bet 2 years, 3 years, want to be so, Uncle Man Kagana, Bay, you say. So, it won't, bra, as I had any idea. And Papa can the youngest also.
Incident cry, Nana, incident cry, and no say no, yarin. But what I mean,
Metoga.
Into no say nay yareno. Assemble na walker, ama ad edense samba, because I was here, son. Into me, Kososa. Assemble na. I mean, I want us to normally one aspect of me say, normally, if we discuss the issues now, I also want us to also, suggest solutions. Because you to me not and discuss every time I can issue, but solution based on yes, so able to me a bit to me boy mad and assassin.
Solution
you can't be no yes say I was saying say
yeah, solution be answer say abani is obebi bia onyama government ayi nko no adiano oba say kromia say I say matoto franchise wo companies ni bi ka kromia nti bi dey you buy the franchise ebia say car say transport ya odawa ba yi training no ni am Pacific yi edma wo ye edma na odawa fo no be ya na we ne be enti usika be dimo wow wo ma wo ba di shares usika wo enti wo nyama ba ko fo ntra ho ennis ka na nkoye na MPP ennis enti se bibia na ebe ye bia no se Ghana no se koye na MP na me ka se na do ba na all government me fa se ba ko ka so mo ko ji ska na ko mo fa ye adwuma ka good idea me your friends so ko ban oho namte na me ye fie ni mo no efie bi ban oho na sama na ono be ochiska na owo obi kwaje ne dia se mante mo namte o kwaje ne dia okoto mo bag okoto we enya ade a opese o de kwaye na da bi so ska free sa no mi na adwe se party na ba ana mo se meji diska
memenda wase na memfa obi fufure memenda wase wo so tumi de wo de bae me sure papa why thank you for your contribution mamenko me next caller am say WhatsApp no so na memfa anu so but WhatsApp no so wo de den udin first of all
hello bro
free
hello bro
yes sir
good afternoon how are you
afternoon Nyamiadom I'm fine pa
yeah my name is Nini
Nini honorable welcome
okay I'll start with the Galamsey. You see this Galamsey issue I salute the army man, the strong man, Colonel Dominic Boer. He's doing his best. I keep on saying that with Galamsey, we have to go outside the box of democracy and treat it. Because of democracy, you see what they are doing. Because democracy is preventing them. Democracy is not good for us. I'm telling you. Because we are very hard people, very, very hard people, difficult people to control. So when it comes in terms of Galamsey, we have to go outside the box and use the means. Don't you, look, if it's an army regime, do you think this Galamsey will continue to go on? No, because democracy is protecting them. That's the problem.
But during the army regime, was Galamsey not going on? Because we know that Galamsey is not today's problem.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. If it does this, some of us don't know what is Galamsey.
Okay.
You see. Okay, let me move on to the next. You see, inflation, like you said, inflation have dropped to 8%. It will surely it will surely reflect. How is it going to reflect? It will be
And
reflected.
when will it?
Yeah. I'm explaining something to you.
Okay.
The food. You see, normally we see it. We detect fall of inflation from food prices. Now all the food are in the bush. Because of the deterioration of the roads, the food cannot come to the town. It cannot come to the city. That is the problem. You see, but there's no shortage of food at all in Ghana. There's too much food, but it's all in the bush because of the deteriorating nature of the roads. The food are not coming.
And who is responsible? Who's supposed to be responsible for that?
Oh yeah, who will be responsible? We don't want to blame anybody because we say we do it, and Ghanaians voted for us. So the roads, like you said, the eastern corridor, the middle corridor, the western corridor, we are working on it. And the food production roads will soon be in good shape, and food will come to the city. That's what I'm telling you. It will soon reflect. Yeah.
That'll be good news.
And about let me come to the roads. Yeah. Is the maintenance, the culture of maintenance, bro. We even the whole Ghana, right down from our family, from our family homes. Look, if that the mom died and leave a house, are we able to maintain it? So this is something with the culture in our brains.
How do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? What do we do to change it?
Yeah. In terms of the government, in terms of there should be a revolutionary change of attitude and mentality.
But I thought there has been, I thought there has been, a recent wave of reset. And
what reset?
No, you were talking about a revolution of what? Of change for our way. No, I just say so recently, and we say, a reset of the whole national way. Because so why and no part of the reset, to reset the mindset of Ghanaians even towards.
Let me explain to you.
Okay.
I think there should be a revolutionary change of attitude and mentality. How will it work? The law have to be enforced. Because if the law is enforced...
And I'm also trying to draw your attention, say, don't you think that should be part of the resetting agenda, that we would also even it that maintenance culture and that revolution thing now you are talking about, it should be part of the resetting agenda. As reset is a national agenda, don't you think the maintenance culture should also be part of the reset agenda for the nation?
Oh yeah, because look, the way things are going, it looks as if the law has been enforced. So people are being corrected. People are seeing what is going on. So if you're doing something regards to what the person have done and he has been arrested, you think twice. You not do it again. And one thing I don't understand, and you also don't understand, is the Public Account Committee. Look, every year they come with these people. They bring the institutions on board to ask them what is going on in there. So does it mean maybe 2 years ago somebody have chopped money, somebody have mishandled our funds? Don't they see it the following year and they talk about it?
Till the next year.
That is what I don't understand. So this Public Account Committee, in fact, everything that I follow them.
So as a nation, what should be done? What do we do? What can we suggest there? It should be the way forward. It should be. Can we do some suggestions there? This thing, it's not working. It shouldn't even be so. Until what can we also suggest? There should be the way forward for the nation, so that it can be improvement.
Bro, the way forward is what NDC is doing now, reset. So we have to put an eye on people. We have to put an eye on the institutions. So who do that? A tiger eye have to come out and do something like this. I can be a tiger eye. You can also be a tiger eye. You see, everybody have to open. Because
so are you saying that as NDC is in and is resetting, going forward, now we will be having reports on audits as immediately as possible. And as I say, it will be years after years again.
That's what I mean. Auditors should be doing their job, regularly. It should be regular checking. Let us know. Otherwise, when we wait for a long time, corruption will set in. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
and
sir.
also, the Minister of Roads and Highways, he should be able to, because of the culture maintenance, he should be able to let the highway authorities go after the roads is constructed. They have to continue visiting the roads.
I believe they are listening. Let me end with you here. There are others also, hanging on. Let me end with you. Thank you very much for your perspective. That's a wonderful submission.
All right,
very
thank
interesting
you.
one. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, the others also waiting. See,
All right,
opportunity.
okay, it's okay. It's
But that's
okay.
it.
Thank
Let me go to the phone and then pick the next caller on the phone. But what phones would you be offered fee?
I say.
Oh, Mapo. Listen,
I say Orukodo no pay because Ghana says some the I just say big
Mendada. Should I me pay you open and na midney I believe.
And I say that Arsenal the live. Arsenal they say Italian Apama.
Damewa.
Arsenal team I say support no. But support to.
But well, this year the Arsenal no. Well, I want to more record na. What's it? You saw to na nwa that you say nwa.
I think me bet to pass Arsenal league omutimi win.
Damewa. You better move besi.
To be support to team I hope a trophy be club football wa obe.
Damewa, you better move besi. Yanko Ghana and Sansami. Listen na.
I start just be A+ there so.
Okay.
Maybe I'm face A+ petition no correct pa some support no na woman no training na
abazinti
no be o ka ho na ya bo Ghana kron no say oforiata assistant right e na betina o say omra emedi corruption ho sense sika bia yitu ya o Ghana bia institution bia sika ko di mu bia omuno mutu ya enti ma mi we de be jina o say o me ye witness o me di asem na officer den na conflict
officer no onye o say o jeje ana say obu aten ana say oyo say yes on they are giving account into o probu into bisa asema no ntre say obu aten ana say oyo we.
Yeah, but the point is say right sika bia kodi baby bia you are part of it and amutuae and your finance minister ne bitu to sika economy ne ebe.
But don't you think say ejuma ya da man say on ya na ono ye no eno na wo ye time so ono so ye batoto na so na ono so anu no ye bisa bisa den tina won so time wo so wentumi an say we say no so ta time ne ba na nka no so ya na sa na e beka say ono watena ma e bi akoso obebi ntino enu ntino eni so ye ejuma na wo so ye ma oye bo man no
we say there but the point is say wo akwakutua sika bia eni kwan se utua anaso utua en kwa wonfo ani ende akire ehun se ade kro no mbaji se on discan koye no mo de koye before I would utua sika nankasa no investigation be na wo ye ya ansa na mu utua sika menti nka dem se signature e di utua sika ni na no for ya tankwa signature assistant no I hope that some of them will be your operator or be pass it to you.
Yeah, until may say, and no say no, on no eduma na edama na so oye. Inti yama na eduma na so oye no. Shouldn't you so share eduma na oye. Na embrace say osa no so ye betutu na no a na no so ye ne na afa kwan so na no so ye bisa no. Say ade ntan no so tena o ma no so course so sa. Na Sisiano, shouldn't she be allowed to do the work she's supposed to do?
Yeah, but the point is that your main boss, no, is not on only wanted list is Ukraina. You pene busa ni same.
Okay. The whole party say unsem wo moja ni say ukra even say into mafita.
At all, to Ukraine say you didn't change. Ukra so my no. I say they would didn't change. Ukraine say they will shame kakra.
Okay, but on say ni dia no so no there has not been any verdict will be any court of competent jurisdiction say what trauma could corruption we are cause say bibia am fi one by so how can we even say from crown and as a corruption no e beta no enunti.
Yeah, but
as someone you can there I will say to me say we must also be fair to the woman. Because there has not been any charge on her say what now Emma corruption of course will be it has never been published anywhere. Say I publish will be busy the end of the meaning. I'm not privy to that. You know.
Okay.
And to say until that is done, then I don't think that the woman must be obstructed in work that she's doing.
Yeah, but the point in is officer now who operating. That officer is suspicious for corruption or any bad payment to be a mutuity. You know, how can you go say Ubekoyi Obi Afrisa office in Aba?
Yo. Oman, young quay mine at the back on Nafi Minja, and I think the others on the
Galan same.
Okay.
Galan same. Oh, and they be shoot and kill. These Galamsey people, no, meaning so I call Galamsey site before. Obeko, they are in hundreds, thousands. Oh, and Oma Amu crossing is tax force. We are Momatis or Mukonko.
Sana yatis here.
Oh, Oma Amu, because they use guns, they use machetes, they use cyanide, they use a friend saying. Dynamite, they use acid, they use Sophie and shovel. Until they are well armed than this task force. Until Samuka shoot and kill now. One who said they were almost handle soldier for any task force you comes. Omo is so small cry. It is a shoot and kill policy, you know. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. It you know that minya na obisu mrabi.
Yo, but that's a part there. Eja ma obisu wa baby. Thank you very much for your point. It was interesting one. Let me go to the next caller. Pocho, what line is Pocho? We didn't be free. 723. Hello, 723.
Bema yeboni.
Okay, yeboa. I'm saying what bim dada ana
David.
Okay, yeboa inyenko.
You Bema, then so a young man of me at mental program to back. Then who so of me from the boy.
What's the Mahoma day? Mahoma day.
So who make it? We a young man, no money problems, we ain't a headache one.
Oh, I have some more money. The one times in the Benedict, what I answer yes, and say, I'm not your dad.
As a young man, Ghana problems, one who knew too much about how to grab a pie. But Miss no mamma, be more summary solution, be some rather man, summary solution.
Yanko.
Be born in about 3 or 4 weeks. Remember examples too. The deacon, or maybe the about 2 major ways.
Okay.
Other states no they dominate. And private, that's it. Can't be a mister there. Kuma say state and dominate na private so kakra yeah. Na minimum so much because UK Kuma check yep you person who pay. You know do for be of wasika or taba. Say then na omunya ma penny be a friend of Margaret Thatcher. And then krana local council for more than or more time, so this can come in from Mambio. Medium see and try UK, you person who start question a pay. Or say I bind down local government, you know, for your taba on the weather and local government. Or sit down Munton, this can come in from Mambio. No man, private for a housing association, a Ben was competitive. Ghana, yes, to be in person who so. Okay, your president or the shares, man, who's so young, it's a because of your president or the shares, Kwame Nkrumah, or the state, next thing, be a Kumu Skua, most I do the state involving BBR. Then some Nkrumah Crow, the shares, the idea be a critical infrastructure and a critical service, or the private man piano, na be go wrong or was to while private person. Who do whom be trust? In fact, now football. See a football, we're starting now. And Kuma Breast look about the word blaster will be our gonna be dear bunny trim wire. One word or Nija. Meaning so young, but you know about the word blaster, dear about straight away your Nija. No Nija to me call blaster and cook crubis wake up, Mamba catches so Miko and Skyra. Debbie, also by the whom be trust. In Kruman Grow, Titiano, I did be a critical infrastructure or service, or the private man, Tiano, na bibinia unia unim sa do hu twa so enti me fast forward maba yesum wo ade bi hu galamse me ambom ko na yin kura me be free me kura free so Gana anye se broni kwasi broni bi kura ye nkofo mistake se kwasi broni bi na be you know say mun gada nse anye gada nse gallon stay ade no mu disusu you know okay the measure you know instrument the friend gallon
okay
enti quite say obi man order say master says enti o say gallon no stay
okay
and then ni value ni nemo
enti ani ni enkroma time won
no I start here but we say we shall let from cry bag and minim say me suspected that was one of Mary's Yama Buzia Pamela Tafa, but jumping ahead no.
Nenta me bisa say eno ye nkroma time ni sometimes you also want to let people know where the whole thing
but then on this case start here say nkroma they won't say I didn't go wrong so do be sure so
okay
then na me talk you put say galamse cry the whole world no ye the first country enya sa problem na ye ni the only country you two no form no ye to be paying na there's a country called South Africa. No, they cry a West Indian. South Africa. Before some blacks in the take over a rural country. Now, Bosumi be about to say blacks bet 200, 300
Inti South Africa so omudia no ese omunsuo no nyama
there West Bosumi be before some blacks no be take over. Me so a young man.
No, me pass say sisia no South Africa so dia no ese nsuo na ese omunsuo ni.
Tell me the solution bro. Me bro solution.
Okay.
Just that time no be a 200 Bosumi 200 I'm not to be kobuna blast 200 the but move blast into blast in nipa until now they didn't care. If you ahead so be 15-20 years time blacks in Baberu country no start some 5 years. What was the solution? The solution was amalgamation and consolidation. Few companies that most come to at the correct way. Who follow?
We follow.
Momo were encouraged. Ubia was encouraged. Rather than say when you see Kakushi Murembi, the open. Koto shares for few companies to me at the correct way. What did the mechanism? They just said, Mama. When you scale be on Nentu Wakushin Remu ye the open, the be Koto shares of few companies not being correct way. That's South Africa year. In the South Africa, Sauti they became the leading so what is that company from Dubois company there. Me more particular mineral and the Bamishu should be in mineral metal.
Okay.
And Tiama woman by the time who say ye na blacks in the Babiru country in Tiadia saying no Amakabum and consolidating to sell the work company.
Okay, wrap up. Yeah. You say what the baby, you others are on the lines, you know. And so, how are you summarizing your solution? So, Father said we should also go
private. Maybe Oman is solution one way, private in all sectors, except private for them. Kokachom said me jump quick. Krobia Ghana, Krobia road they call any one road no. Except Bagubako, a call private man.
And don't you think, sir, Sisianoa, with such a solution, I will say we should look at going to that tangent, no? Don't you think, sir, was say, yeah, also the activities now, yeah, corner, yes, and yeah, also now, yeah, planning, yeah, returning back in such solutions, yeah.
Road, Usi road, we see road be Krobia or Ghana, road the corner near one, no. At least one, a second private man. No, yeah, we offer two businesses. No,
okay.
That's all. Road every town in Ghana. So road the calling here one there. But I call private man.
And so also the no privatization. Beautiful. Nana.
Private in all sectors. Private from Kobe.
I mean that was in a call different callers. So I'm say the others also waiting. Why? And thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Solutions. These are some of the conversation we want to have where we talk not to blame, we talk not to criticize in a party but we give solutions. Let's do this, let's do that. I think Ghana going for that's how we should be discussing issues. And so, Openi Abua, thank you very much for your contribution. That was fantastic and interesting one. Mamin call 618. Is it 618? But your phone so we didn't be very free.
But yeah.
But yeah. Akwaba.
Mr. Cassiana.
Wo bisa say me Mr. Cassiana. But you be me Mr. Cassie we from Royal.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Mr. Roy, I am a winner, Juma.
Yeah, me answer.
Aqua David.
Aqua. Aquaba.
Picha, Jumura. And you a friend or Mutina.
If referee, boom.
But I say,
what referee?
Oh, my friend, City of London.
Okay, no worries. Na me pede mu be be free ya. No worry. Open yanko na am de kasa na yanko ai.
Yo. As I said, abani tuo de say. Kusi yanko ne Davidi. Otwa yanko ne Braku. Sir Galamsey force omo che Ghana soldier for the protocol. Omo near to a che omo akondia omo ni akondia entia enche Ghana protocol and Ghana soldier for.
Yeah, some sebe.
And it agency omo Ghana no omo near to a che enche omo. Na okasemo a woman is saying. Parties na wo Ghana no omo di Ghana so no. Ukwanin for no be involved. Now, who born dog? So, one more and penning for the politicians now, a mumma and penning for Sika for a mumma, all this council and my parties and a campaign. And the Abasa Galam saying, Yakasi a bit trustia, that's a bit trustia. Yet been trusted.
Enti sampling for no adena yaka kastana anti yamfa Ghana foina imfa ngongo enko mufie ne yambom konko munje ansa na beta na say what is the problem, what should be done?
Yeah, pump te ku asan ye tu ablecefo sampling for no sa Ghana form for ye nisi wo boso a Galam say no enyaida. So, I say one more to condemn no. One more penny for one more. I woman and mom sika mom go to condemn no. It will be both fear but you will let it go ya. No the kwa. Woman the command penny for no. I don't know say ka process for the soldier for. And ka was say company for no go say e fa na munya sa aduwe put all hini. Munya na hini. And so Ghana process for the for omo say Ghana who was car woman penny na anu ko yesa kretiano o mo ni se nipa no ezotimi nkasa Galam say o man penny na was so dey see was say Galam said na gold na magana sika so na penny na ka say ya one pa was man sa na what la say o kan ya so na wo sire o o na ma obani sika wo mo ya campaign na wo mo say yeah, but I'm more to Galam say no.
Nti say no what kind of saying? Nti say no what kind of saying?
Oh, yeah, because Galam say no shoot and kill no any pakumye. Nti Ghana sanka what might be I be trust yes and I'm say Ghana for no obutu no. O be Ghana for no o be trust yes so because say sanko for no. Ye be jama mo be trust yes so akupun Ghana for ina. And I say Galam say no obutu obu say so den sasanom. When was almost say Ghana. Almost say Ghana, almost community indirectly, and so Ghana for Engunisa. Almost Babaga say, and a shoot again, no shoot again. Woman is one party members, Nayas Edmano, almost say open Yaman as Edmano. And this
to was mammy. Nana, what to was mammy? Nana to was mammy. Nana, to was mammy. Nana to was mammy. But to was mammy. Wouldn't me be so baby na wakasa when Ghana for akasa wo de yemfa nse se na wo ka no se aban oto so sisia no o se Galamsey no na ma Ghana gold anase o se Galamsey na ma Ghana gold se na wo ka no enti no se no a nanka se ade no ai ha o man no na yɛn fa no sɛ cancer president government ɔte so no so government no ɛnyɛ n'adwene sɛ government no ɔbɛhwɛ ɛma adeɛ no ayɛ yie ba yɛhwɛ ɔno ani position kora tumu sɛ nya da wayɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛyɛ ma adeɛ no ayɛ yie a ɛdɛn na wɔwɔ ka kyerɛ Ghana for I want us to discuss that then na wɔbɛtumi aka kyerɛ Ghana for
na me say Ghana for the idea sana ka kyerɛ ɔbɛti akwasa sibi so wɔhyɛ kwase aduawe ɔwia ɔda kwa ne twɛ na no wɔn mu sika ɛnti bibie no wɔgye sɛ president no de ne nasi wɔ sɛ obi a ebewu sɛ wotu galamsey bia no gold na wanya no yɛgye yɛbɛgye gold no yɛntɔn ɛda sɛ gold wo de ba sɛ wɔbɛtɔ ne a yɛbɛgye fi wosɛm anaso sɛ sogyafoɔ nti ɔmo mum ɔmo ni atu nkyɛn sogyafoɔ ɔmo ni atu nam mpanimfoɔ no wɔ mu both parties no mpanimfoɔ wɔ mu a wɔn anya fasoɔ firi gold no ho anina nsia na excavators ɔmo de bɛsi dan eyi free port anadwo no ɔmo yi free port ɛti ɔka sɛ nipa ɔbɛtra radio so television so sɛ meyɛ gala ɔka sɛ mpanimfoɔ anim wɔ mo akɔyɛ sɛ sika yɛ sɛ sɛ yɛnim sɛ abɔkyifoɔ ɛna wɔgye sika no firi Bank of Ghana
mehwɛ sɛnea woka no a ɛsɛ Ghana for yɛni tumi bi a yɛbɛtumi de ayɛ yɛ o mehwɛ sɛnea woka no ɛsɛ Ghana for yɛni tumi ɔnte sɛ political leaders no ɛbɛyɛ biribi na ɛsɛ Ghana for yɛnkasa de yɛni tumi o is that not how it is
yɛkɔɛ sɛ wɔtra bɔɔfrɛ so defɔkyɛ so de bɔɔfrɛ wɔno afɔ ɔto afɔ Ghana mpanimfoɔ na woka sɛ ITP ɛnti ɔnim sɛ Ghana posifoɔ ɔmɔgyegye sika ɛkɔ ho onim
Nana fɛnwie na yɛnhwɛ sɛ bɛtumi afɔ for
Ghana no yɛamene bɔfra abridua so no nyɛ dɛ yɛamene na Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de aho pɛprɛ ɛbɛgye ma yɛni ɛnti Ghana ni about 95% yɛadwene yɛ Ghana fo yɛte abrɔkyɛ yi yɛkɔ Ghana yɛkɔgye nyema ne yɛdwane ɛnso yɛka radio so asɛm a yɛbɛka yɛ no tikikikikiki
Nana, amenda wase.
Ghana was saying, but we come to Ghana bass for public server.
Amenda wase.
What Janiaba? Saka antenna, a radio yama, Kagana, Kisumu, Papa.
Yadamasi. Radio by Nana, Mamenda was here. Why? Wakasa papa. Why are there? Minsome das the pass, to me a day would they buy unso waba bachelor warding and in common sa and yedino. Aha, I am more concerned about. Discussions are try as to what to do, what to be done. Because here to me, and now, na de be a bekasa problem, enough of the discussion of the issues. To me, aye. Na yeah, but as a galamze no, we share senior opinion in common, and as a Ghana phone cramp, no, just say, there's nothing Ghanaians able to me, and it's true. We Ghanaians, there's nothing we can do. The only thing we can do is only when it is December 7th. I'm going to call the next caller. 165. But we didn't be very free. Oh, no, before 165. But I'm there. I withheld offended WhatsApp. I'm going to call WhatsApp and remember order. Me adama share na manye ni. Nti WhatsApp but chat menka breme na menko phone no answer. Hello. WhatsApp. WhatsApp but chat menka. Awa WhatsApp de menka. Yo, mpocho temenka WhatsApp breme na miyun kom de jina do achel.
Okay.
We didn't be free.
Pacho from Nana Puku na meka say free
North London. Yo nana yanko.
Yeah. Yem fan stati God I'm saying for to me I think say it is hard time say President Oyusu your friend is saying emergency how would I put it?
Okay. Sapa wono wa obeti me declare a state of emergency no.
Exactly. Okay. And now Oyusu air power how they mention. Because to me I think say I was so muchimi at two located areas no. Two bomb two baby sani we no ma omu koye sa ade omu e di jet fighter e jai bomb ba ko two baby a sa nipa ni nyina be jai sa ade because to me I think that it is our time we use force because if persuasion
would you say no you feasible
yes
would you say no you feasible say yeah we say you to one so I feel say we say this guy would you say no you feasible
say then yeah, but how much is one bomb? Your friend is saying grenade. You know, Papa Jab is a chance so mono soldier for you know that. How can but not or mine on there yet you must say your security needing. In this say oh my dinanka attack here. We can't fight back. Is that what you are telling me?
Well, maybe say suggestions I want to how feasible can that be?
It should be feasible because you need get fight out. And you need plane and not Rollins the display train is man. I say. And I know what I say, and you know, so automatically, no, they will stop. But say, Timmy and you then I don't understand why. Now we say now who the seriousness of it. And your friend is saying, who besides say a quite brain, but fast what. Sanyama will know, you bet me a stop on the dinner nature. We are say,
oh, median say, I was a watch is a very beautiful suggestion you are making, but I was say, yes, I say, New York, so until maybe Sansani Naka, I have say, Argentreno, aha, Sunny Bay, we are
institutions, no, majority of the institutions, no, should be exempted from a friend saying, parliamentarians. So I'm with the American. They need the police, army, your financial institutions, and it's your money. It should be independent. So I'm with the American. So they are accountable. Because me, I don't see the reason Ghana. It's me come up with free China. Not China who am benzo sika ye boat you. Now would yet me call this free ho. Na yet me nipa bit me be so if you understand me perfectly.
I'm following
because or don't mind if you was sign and say or say who or no dear or say sika yet me boni to yokuno. But would you okojit scano and free in ho now the bow chromo, would never change. Would the yan son dear? I answer yes, dear. And the 2, 3 Ghanaian. I was say yan kasankasa as a people no ye timmy at yes say who join the party. And no interest would you affiliation, would you be a party? Because a party no munipa ebi ye bonia. I was so woo as a citizen now, who doma. I was so would me eka. And then so would me dinner cheap blindly. Say, because say, young fan for argument's sake, I mean, join ABS, EPP. Na CPP ni ebi aye ewo power and I say wa ban mu na say wadi sika na just because say go CPP you know na was say making me support to side yes yeah man so it me from that perspective me gain say e betimi be akoye nim and na
fair mama na me nko me say betimi akọ bi foforo so
okay. And a 4. Me huni say you see a reset here minor. It should be reset. The reset, should start from the president. And what show we saw indemnity clause in feel. Because Sani Panua or no, ye di a minor shedding sa. Nothing oversight or minor. It be saying, say, Galam say, yeah, of course, near the idea. Now, Kufuado, President Kufuado, not in such a paper here.
No, I think so. Research in the I don't know, can you president in Nkwao? I think the entire leadership of the nation.
And this is what I'm saying.
The entire leadership of the nation. Because leadership is by example.
But I was said, Yetimi, any sir, I didn't feel. So I did the American. Sepeya, Nipana, you do a my nation in Sano. Oh, yeah, you bet me account to know because there are so many things. Offered a journey, one a journey near you, but Obina appointee, no Sani Panin and Amgana, which is President Akufo-Addo. And there was saying to me, and Mao, no, I am responsible. For sir, I didn't
say, oh no, 1 minute, oh no, 1 minute, my son, you're Nipano, you want one Nipano, or no one integrity, no, you can't know every guy in Brahma who say, or say, money Dibiano. Now, President on the president on the den, or say, oh, yeah.
The president
was a president
responsible because or no, and now, Okachine Ghanaian singing, I said, he is the best.
Okay, that's all part I say, yeah, yeah, and I just say, Bibi, what you are, President Bashama Bibi, Adiana Koye, and Sana, and Kokocho Ma.
Exactly.
Okay, Matthew, Nana, what's what you
because it's a say, no, Sani Panning in Sa Claus, no, why intimate try, Omo, yeah, you know, or no, in a show, no, we are scanning here, no, that is what is
Kweku, medase pa amde course no ba no ba nti family na me your way face your mama I medase papa medase. That is a very beautiful suggestion over there medase ankasa nti wasam kro kan o ya medopa ni ofanden research na agenda na say or the research not started with president. I think there is not even the president alone. It should be the entire leaders and the leadership of the nation. Because leadership is by example. Even then, I know what's one call parliament. You know, in the Obanama, it's a parliamentarian crowd. No, in the society, they seem say is a top person in the society. Now, or no, Kwejuma. Obiso ono susu or one ejuma mo mo susu kra no susu ono obeden. Afobon no so school no susu obeden. You know, the man will be so so the leadership by example it shouldn't be just the president but the entire all the leadership we know you know they have to lead exemplary life now it might reflect it what yeah Kweku, that was a very beautiful one you brought into the discussion. Let me go to the phone and then pick the next caller. I'm hoping that I can pick one or two and then you know we may call it a day quickly. But 165 we didn't be a fee. Hello. Yes sir, 165 but akwaba we didn't be a fee.
Yeah, frame of CK.
You of akwaba.
Yo me jo
na free ne.
Na me cast free battery.
Great.
Yes. Na de mi busa sa mo kwanta da ho America na wa bagana.
Amakwanta.
Yeah, no, I'm born the more bonding.
I'm former road minister na say wine.
Huh?
I'm a former road minister na say wine. When
the first no, yeah, finance minister for
only your furry.
Okay. And what down America?
Per what I know, no, I'm the Odawa America.
Since 1 more year, you Ghana more.
What's your region of Ghana?
So my tense there be any crowd bony.
Yeah, Ghana.
Now then, Attorney General, you know, no one use extradition order. No man, if you say he has case to answer, won't you say extradition order, man, Magana?
On Mbrafuna or Obotumina, watch me ye pa, but I make a cram in there, on Mambiana, a offended. Jurisdiction laws ni no and you know nyame be woman bona into me na in maybe just like that me kakra madwena chede me mofo madwena minim kakra but on lawyer for no butum na watch ma CP me pa.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. The entire American say.
Okay.
Some MPs go to politics of making money for themselves and their family. Sometimes being parliamentarian, no, she's taking the salary at the same time have a business outside. Once no, as a parliamentarian or parliament, no, which is against, I think, of parliamentary rules.
What part is parliamentary? What people is a parliamentarian be any Juma say by fence?
Yes,
MP be any Juma parliamentarian. When you saw any business.
No,
Nana Pocha to Wasi. What part is it? Obi ye member of parliament, Ghana parliament. When you saw ye Nankasane personal business, Anna.
Not at all.
Oh, Nanan no de into me.
So far as you're meeting, you don't need to go to another job at all.
Oh, Nanan no de into me possible because
how is that possible? Now you are probably to our car. No, I saw probably you are Juma outside. Now Juma now outside, and no cause corruption or Ghana. All right. If you are Juma know the government, your Juma so. Well, current government, you has had your money private business. I know you have some back. Kuroma said to go to politics, you have to declare you don't need to involve yourself of any business or your own private business. It's not allowed.
No, don't you think don't you think I was saying maybe I declare more assets or more businesses or more jeopardy or more rather than say this some year different. You just say if we are MP, say MP Nkwano by no den say the French you me fukura we you so bia or be you mo biso on a side hustle. And would you say no good I mean not good, but do you think that feasible? Any BBI it should be the way because say Opacha say just be an MP would the MP to say bia me MP of me who baby I'm friend organ and friends say Accra or can't central MP what is MP now was say me ni say me adwuma foforo bia ka ho
no
Obana say no there and no there to me you possible sir
no
assets na me wo businesses am me one day bia say me declare fine but say we say me hear different adwuma bia then say no there
no, so far as you are moving our parliament, you don't need to get yourself involved in private business.
One year different business, one year more than two.
I'm only a different parliamentarian, a different because they want to stop corruption in Nkrumah. What is a parliament to be or a parliament or our business, baby? Tell me, make your research and tell me. They will not allow you. You declare your assets.
Yeah, the declaring of assets in the over to me declare say me were ABC before me buy MP me were ABC. Into no we say ya account to na ehun so wo ba no the ABC buy. Wo kono ABC no wo. And na bia ABC na ba be count. Into no so no account for. See I shouldn't say e say public is car na age. Enye public car na say why because nam do den san kwan ta dentina
now run a private business at the same time. That's what you are saying.
Oh, but I understand your point because of conflict of interest in the I get you understand your way, but I think I don't know proper checks and balances are you be go akwem na be ma aye adwuma no eno na betumi aboa ba we say we MP and say we are the business we MP na we say we are
no.
Because I don't know 4 years each na say we na say wokona how do you survive?
What we know na say ko dia na so business and sana over politics no. You hand it over to somebody to run it on your behalf. But we can't be as MP be parliamentary at the same time be business person. Out of caution.
Yo, Mama
okay, make a can
quickly me time inti membrane or continue.
Okay, they make a can say Ghana poverty ni does. You need a widow pension. You need come the state pension. Ni na cause problem more man. So can't if you create a country to be poverty no your country could never grow and you could never succeed anything. Can make this getting in detail next time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Opening. Hello.
Yes sir. Just 30 seconds. Remember 30 seconds. We don't unfortunately.
Yes, you are there.
Sharp.
Aha. Enti se unnim bibia na obi ka ma enene argue. The enti Americans and say. Ye na ye tua parliamentarian ka. So
yes sir.
Enti se unya ko parliament a uni side adwuma bia no handle ma obi because of conflict interest it ya ma
me can say because of conflict of interest you get point o say na to adwun we want solutions but me bo pani wadaroma
we want me 30 seconds 30 seconds
yeah it's part of it
and me we are no actually
okay o dey yankwa good
me da say
sharp na yankwa
enti on sa wo kasa no wo say for 4 years no say o lusu da ba obeye den e kwa ho say okoko ye na adwuma but at the moment wo be jatum say wo pesa wo be serve o man ne de emra kwan so no onya adwuma bia nka ho say o man no e na wo serve anything na okwa afibia o be ko parliament no ye gu ye kana say o musika sem no ye sa se ye sa ma o increase kana ma o say de be ya o mu nkoya adwuma bia nko ha o mu na o mu o man ho do o man ho adwene be hia wo mo but as intia ye research pacho me mu animtia
we say
pacho tie me mu animtia
oh no I mean I don't have a problem with that at all I don't have a problem with that what I'm saying is say nana me bo open me ba what I'm saying is say you have to adwene we are discussing about solutions and what adwene say yen ko ni say and me so me kira ma adwene say if we go it that way don't you think say nti ye na adwene ye kire we are not undermining anybody. No. But what I say, the point I mean, can say, but once again,
me patroti. There a war no. So
fine.
We know a war say. Ubaye mrasebedwani a.
Eni say we you adwuma foforo e ka ho. We adwuma we ye. So good.
Antinya say try ba dwen na wo ka say there bi aname.
But me bisa say ya ne sa na. Aso ye ne sa eno na ebeboa because give to me but nana meba say say nipa no oye na adwuma no a oye MP ni to onja na don't you think say ankasa as oman no ye betumi the checks and balances ato no ma it doesn't necessarily say we say wuja we adwuma we say we ye no because at the end of the day no as an MP or whatever no you are also a citizen which you are entitled to also work in that dentina ye beka say wo ye MP ni say because of accountability system and ankasa na we say ye adwuma there should be proper checks and balance me point no say ne be ya at the end of the day no wo ba be ye MP na ye dem say wo computer wo e fa na say bicycle e na wo moto wo wi a at the end of the day no wo kwa na wo de ya hwe wo moto na ni computer na we no eno na wo e bisa wo wi no na e bia car any ye fa na say dem bia be kan na ya bisa hu be bia no so fi say hwe na say ye wo we na scanner wo nya no is in line with the MP no we na then the state takes you on. But why should that stop you from doing your own work?
No, say no.
And I know they to me because MP to me yeah. Why? Nana, but I say, I'm saying I'm brainy. But I say, yeah. Thank you, sir. Also, to me, a day with the buy. That's it. Mami ko 241 but 241 mami hu hwe na yanko yenim
yo
antimata antimata mamu hu nka meseme membre no waso but all the 30 seconds
yeah won be na so
30 seconds
but ndaka ka credit
30 seconds antimata check what time 30 seconds
yo mapacha me padam be said that black man impa black we are human ana what are human black too, so every woman.
As I'm so
one question. Because mankasa muhunyim pebi. As I can number of Mtambaka there, she's my God husband. Obakan there, black man were not matured to have independence. Until maybe said the matter. There, Ghana, 14th century. In the independence, 1957. Let's say, Yara, the black man, there you weren't mature to achieve independence. That is very seriously problem in Africa.
Atimata, mameda wa say, "Ai, meta me naso. Meta me naso."
Man, you are there. We can stop we can stop Galamsey. There, I mean, there be answer there. And say, you use Air Force. We can. Military, they have so many ways. What to stop a kun. Eben me use tear gas. Eben me use abazi. Run so you see the same.
Yo, Antimata, mameda wa say.
No, mommy, here 1 minute.
Oh, okay, Mate. What
black man have no patience to listen, to learn. That's our problem. Na siya nyina mubranyi bi on of South Africa on the problem man. I say you don't have time to learn. You don't have patience to learn.
No, you can't.
Anyway, my next time.
But your next week, oh, you're not bantam. You're not bantam. Wait, fetch him, membrane into aye.
You, Martin.
HotsDigitalOnline.com.
Debi Ghana beye ye ai. Debi Ghana obeye ye. Enda na ebia Ghana okwadam na yameboa oyeden ya debi Ghana beye ye. Coming from the music man, Amachi Dede. And that's how we wrap up the entire show. But I think the last two offending conversation was very interesting. I think we would have to visit it again as part of finding solutions to the issues and problems in Ghana. Means the system will work. I think we have to visit that conversation because it's very, very important. But we know the roles that MPs are playing. We know how heavy their works become. We know how the whole development is in connection to them. And I think they're visiting that conversation to find out there as to whether if an MP or be a MPR or the or a juma can ejuma so then you can be focused and all that. And that means when your time in parliament now we have to look at that again. So I think it's very, very interesting a conversation we would have to find time and then discuss as to is it say if you are an MP you have to do just the MP and other, But me pointing that is very, very important. I mean, it's very interesting because doing just MP cry was what you want 15,000 there. Now 15,000, and aside that, they also Ghanaians where the law gives them the right to work, the right to own any property. Aside anything as whatever parliamentarians or they also are entitled to work. And also, feed their families and their personal lives. But it is very interesting conversation. We will visit it again. Ye na ya try adwin. Na ama aboa. Mami jina kwen yendo na mendo obi ase. Mami da was pa de itumi friend na ede wo de ba me kwe na menka we there boswe me boa Lemfi Ghana end of year party ni community awards lebado or 7th of December 2025 obokodo Regency Banqueting Suite 113 Bruce Grove Tottenham London N176 UR at 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. na start in Portugal Medi Isban na Insanazina ye free inti bombers number Braby. It is in honoring our own, building our future. Damana also honoring our own, building our future. Anti bombardinana kujumedi say na eja also kwenyanumu nimpanibi. Kimpi GHD imede urban door to door wala bombardana phone 079475355572. The mouse on a send wave send this car for onum. And I'm saying the apps abana de in the way juma or chana wajigon. Nti mpocho sepede de uska efa ko Ghana onan e sendwave ono ye app abotum na a trust one e send so na e de hot digital yen code no ama one code ni ye hot digital se e de ma when you are sending a almost £10 free credit, na a transfer to way be a call for any way be when you are transferring to Ghana. The master of fraud alert is so where express Ghana visa and a passport. For special a discount British Airways first to Accra, Christmas no bay, Easter no bay, and Pocho bombos na kwaji visa no way or fraud alert. We process your COVID-19 PCR fit to travel certificate more. Bombozana contact on war 0207619383 another 07939656111 or 57 Stroud Green Road, Finsbury Park, London N4 3EG. Nti kodan father let energy officer no passport in na wonom. The man make all the securities and some day on Techion Security Services for event property security nina father no one now on board from 0749844853. The mouse no bottom from 074324021117. Nanim no kwasam enije sambi wade online there do skadaba fastpacedtransfer.com. If you're thinking about competitive rate, it's not an issue at all. Make your loved ones happy by using fast-paced transfers instant payment platform for fast transfer. Now, what's the main control there? Fast-paced transfer, they are beyond remittances. The Masuna Pinnacle Education Services today. Obana Abrochina no Kakao education da or the Mufa. What's the main control there? They are going to help you to have international courses to the business, MGT, law, IT, business intelligence, analytics, H&D business, public health, IMBA. Na we know being BCE WASI are equivalent to GSCE. Pede degree so they would certificate in ba obona da ye on there we will CV by field say juma na official personal statement that can na use valid passports. Na that can which you small amount of the school fees nowadays now why visa or that then what more I mean over more CAS in certificates of acceptance of studies honor each day when I was about Chibosuadi na when first of all and sana with my bar now Pinnacle Bobo say small amount of them school fees na Bobo ning them CAS no na edaju visa mpocho so benefiting me there being 20 hours in that yejuma normally in school student today or day day but Pinnacle education one a funding program your bobo na in 20 good hours na that then the issue that yejuma was issue day and see bombos na hwehwe we nature na kwen na friend one 0794715288 Kente papa so de online Emmanuel fashion mire na me catch all there bronya no be o kente na o kente no nyama a pede ye engagement wedding chade bibia Emmanuel fashion bombazana phone 07904950636 na one more cufflinks papa lapels papa shoes na no nkeka ho na onso faye wonioma afi E&G handyman pocho wo carpentry works no door fixing no na wo kitchen wardrobes and no nkeka woni na no E&G handyman for Bubwall from 074324021117 na wombo dwumedia mebedi edwumakwa chede wobo mechudom din na mambo wonzina he na chede ma ye boni anyan kasa oye Unity Link Financial Services de ye na yim de on the urban sikamane dia odim for why mobile money to all major networks in Ghana, why cash pickup to 18 banks or Ghana crossing na the man susuna why airtime top up so okoria say afande na anti Unity Link de pede esendiska on anyi Unity Link bocho man fanfa baby na whisker no on to nsum and there's some iron anti bombos na fafa Unity Link Jumedi Jumakui na wabom na meze Jumedi de bro in the area bli. Enti damin brede ma sorrow dying. Mama fan check asipa ama the executive producer of the show. Mr. Van Dyke. Opening Poche will be Rabri Mitchell. The mouse and special thanks goes to the station manager Opening Mouthful. Yamibo Besen Shebio Abia next week. Hopefully. Call us, I'm afraid I'm a dobi biase. Yamishram papa war more time in a more danger. Mode free radio ye na Ghana nimpuntu na ne kan kontira. Yankopon shram papa. But my bobos na kamobomu ina muzin. But missing Yankopon on shramo. On this note, remember life does not give you what you want, but it gives you what you work hard for. You may want it all in life, but it might not be possible. So since it is not possible to have everything in life, let us know that we came into the world not for anything, but for a respected name. On this note, my name remains Royal. I'll see you on the flip side of time. Watch on Timin Kebio there. Watch on Baba Yankopon Onsho.
DigitalOnline.com. DigitalOnline.com.
Take Hot Digital Online Radio wherever you go. Download our Android app from the Google Play Store and our iOS app from the App Store. Enjoy the best music, news, and entertainment anytime, anywhere.
Unity Link for you! And you're fast and you're safe. What's the new easy? For our Android phone and our iOS phone, go Play Store and Apple Store. Now download the brand new Unity Link mobile app. Sikamania yamre, Sikamania yede. Baby wabia, Usikamania wansano. Ubetimia sending mobile money at your MTN, Vodafone, Tigo Airtel. If you Unity Link mobile app, so what me to airtime, make sure credit. Aba wadofo, our app is so. Send this free app is to go to bank account.